Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's been a while. This is Jennifer Hart Connected, and I am Jennifer Hart. If you have not met me, welcome and say hello. Please introduce yourself. It's nice to meet you. And if you are returning, thanks for coming and hanging out again. It's always a pleasure. Say hello. What's been going on in your world? It's been a while. It has been very busy over here. We had our year anniversary of the Connected Soul Network. We did a pretty much last minute 12-hour connect-a-thon. You can go to my website and or my YouTube channel, Jennifer Hart Connected, and watch the replay there. So much good, juicy stuff in there. Lots of meeting of people in the network, hearing about what they do, and then sharing of some of their soul gifts with you. And yeah, what's going on in my world? It's been a while. So you can check out my website, jenniferhart.com. It is always a work in progress. I will say that. And I'm working on a bunch of my own individual offers, one of which is the Connected Soul Network membership. So that varies in price range from $25 a month up to however interested you are in expanding yourself, your visibility in your business. But mostly it's an amazing community of light workers, leaders, healers, practitioners, coaches, people who are spiritual that have a business. I was going to say spiritual business owners, but I want to be more clear about that. Just people that are on the path of spirituality and have a business, coming together, supporting each other, expanding our gifts as we come together, and also expanding to the world, showing up more, being more visible, getting out there to people who are waiting to hear from us, and supporting each other along the way. That's one of the biggest pieces, and ourselves and our business and growing ourselves. It's very multifaceted, if you can't tell from the 100 things that I just said to you in less than 30 seconds. So anyways, you can go to my website and check it out. I would love to get connected, whether it's just joining my email list to hear about what's going on in the network and my world, my blogs, my upcoming offers, books, everything that's happening. That's where you can find it. All right, let's get to it. I'm super excited. This is so on point and so on brand for me, for the network, for the universe, and what everybody is, needing and wanting right now. And I'm so excited. One of my most favorite people. She is such a beauty and just gorgeous, calming, grounded, expansive soul that I'm excited for you to meet. If you haven't met her already, she's been here many times, and it's been a while. We haven't connected in a while, so this is like our catch up also. So it's going to be really fun and interesting to see what comes through on this interview and this session. And who am I talking about? You might be wondering. Her name is Maria Hartsong. Oh, so beautiful. I love that. And she is a purpose, clarity coach and heart song alchemist. Over 20 years ago, Maria Hartsong started to receive high vibrational songs. She knew that this gift from spirit would ask her to step up, share these songs with others so she could serve in a big way. But she let cultural conditioning, trauma, and fear hold her back for years. Instead of daring to shine, she hid behind others. Oh, that sounds so familiar for myself. She grew frustrated and resentful, but didn't know what to do. Oh, this is so good. Maria's wake-up call came in the form of a quote from Wayne Dyer. Don't die with songs still left inside you. Somebody watching this right now, that's the exact thing they needed to hear. She made the choice to say 100% full body yes to be all of who she is and to share her songs with the world. Now she supports women, entrepreneurs to overcome the fears holding them back so they can share their gifts with more confidence. Oh, it's so beautiful and so perfect. Hi, Maria. I'm so excited to have you back.
Hi, Jen. It's been a while. Really, really excited to be here with you today.
It has been way too long. And I'm
Yes.
like, look, I know you've been really busy. I've been really busy. So we've been supporting each other via Messenger from afar. And I'm like, if it takes an interview for us to get together and to get caught up, then so be it. I'm so excited to be connecting again and be supporting you in this exciting and new expansive chapter of your personal and professional journey.
Thank you.
So if people haven't met you yet, can you tell them just a little bit about yourself and kind of your journey. And then I think that's going to beautifully lead us into all of our amazing topics for today.
Mm. So I have been, sensitive, heart-centered, artistic person ever since childhood. And what runs as a golden thread throughout my life is the heart and songs, singing, music, um, and that's what I do now in life. And finally, I'm putting this gift that I accessed plus 20 years ago front and center in my life, because that is my essence and it brings me so much joy. And it's also something that I see many women struggle with, to really saying yes to themselves fully, to being their authentic self, not someone they think they need to be, and to say yes to what they love the most. And that's when we do that, I believe we activate our light, and that is, um, life kind of falls into place in a way when we say that full body yes to ourselves and our gifts.
I love that. Can you tell me, so for people who are watching, what does a full body yes mean exactly?
Well, I cannot decide what it would mean for you or for the listener or watcher, but for me, it means that I'm fully on board, that all of me say yes. Um, we can have, like, we can be half-hearted sometimes when we still have fears and maybe some stories that can take up space. And for me, I noticed, and this was last year only, I noticed that I had only said like 75% yes. I had that back door open, to not show up, to allow the stories of the mind to take over, the resistance to take over, the self sabotage to take over, the self doubt to take over, all of those things that I guess many watching this can recognize. But when I did that, I kind of put a stake in the ground and I even said out loud, okay, universe, I get it. I need to be all in. I say 100% full body yes. And I could literally feel it in my body. Um, so that's, and this also is a choice that I have to recommit to again and again, because I haven't stopped being afraid. I guess when we expand, we just move that limit, that comfort zone. It expands, and then we need to break through again and again.
I just feel like you and I are just having this personal conversation right now, and you're just like telling me exactly what I'm going through right now and what I need to hear. And I'm just like, oh, thank you, universe.
I
Like,
I
if
think
no
we're
one
not
else watches this,
alone. I
oh
think
no,
many
yeah.
can vouch to this.
Absolutely. Well, but I'm just like, if no one else watched this, like, it literally is like, I always say, if you stumbled across these videos, there's something here for you. There's a reason why.
Yes.
And I'm like, absolutely no one else could watch this. And I would be like, oh, our purpose was done here, because that's what I feel like I'm going through. I was going to ask you, what sign was it for you that you knew that your full body was a yes? Like, was there something specific that happened that you can, I was just thinking for myself, like, what would that look like?
Mm. So I remember sitting on my bed, and I was doing something around the music, um, when I realized, like, because this gift has been like a pressure cooker for me, because I've known that I need to get out and share this in a bigger way. I have shared it in different ways, but not like going all in professional with a producer and, recording songs properly. And I sat there and just feeling that sinking feeling, like if I would die tomorrow, I would have hundreds of songs on my computer and in my phone, and nobody would have benefited from most of them. And that was a depressive insight. So I think if it was the day after or a couple of days after, I went to the forest, my favorite place, and I literally surrendered, and I spoke out loud there in the forest, and I just claimed that I am saying 100% yes. And I also asked the universe to bring me the people that I would collaborate with, because I was creating my songs alone, sitting in my basement office and doing a lot of the things that I love online, but not in person, and not really, owning it fully. So I asked to be connected to the people that I would collaborate with. And just a few days later, on my birthday, I was in a studio with a producer recording the song that we will speak about, Lighthouse, as an a cappella version. That was kind of my first symbolic step to get that recorded professionally a cappella. And since then, things have happened, magical things, doors have been opening. And to be truthful, I have also struggled with that push pull, self doubt, fear, and having to go through that portal over and over and over again. And now it feels like, now that I've met the one that I am to collaborate with for this song and also uh, an album, it feels like there's no way going back now. I've just have to do the work and keep showing up, and it feels like something has shifted at the core, like that 100% full body yes has really anchored in now.
Oh my gosh, that's so good. I'm like, this whole interview is just for me. This is exactly what I'm going through right now. And I know I'm not the only one. Like you said, there's so many awakening right now. There are so many expanding, those who are already on their path and in their spiritual business, sharing their gifts. And however that looks, it's different for everybody. And yeah, it's so good and so juicy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talked about what you wrote, and what we talked about earlier is you really wanted to touch on how sometimes it takes time for us to find this. And you and I, we met back in March of 2020. So we've been on this journey alongside each other now for coming up on, 4 years. I was like, let me do the math on that. I know it's 2024, but I was like, wait, if I go and it's
4 years.
it's 4 years. And so I have watched and seen you grow, as I hope that you can hopefully say the same thing about me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So amazing to watch you grow.
Yeah, it's so fun and so cool. This is what the network's all about, right? Is being on the journey together and supporting each other through that. I have seen you change and transform so much, as the same with myself. And so it was really near and dear to my heart when you were like, I really want to talk about how it takes time to find us, and like taking those steps and moving forward in the face of fear, and also tapping into that magic of the universe. I want to talk more about that, because I feel like it gets hard on this journey, and there's times when people think about quitting or giving up or, slowing down. And sometimes the action is to slow down. So I do want to acknowledge that to honor that pause. And tell me more though about like how that's been on your journey, and what you want to share for anyone that's watching that's kind of experiencing this, and also the whole reason why you are now at this amazing point that you are helping others to activate their own light.
Mm. Yeah, I think first of all, normalizing that this is a journey, and sometimes it feels like we take one step and then two steps back, um, and also that we are in this collective consciousness shift, this big paradigm shift, where we are also releasing and purging so much old energy from our ancestors. We are going through and releasing things that are not even our own stuff, and so I just want to honor that this is a process that is going on in the outer. We see the systems, and the song Lighthouse talks about this old systems crumbling, um, and it's both outside of us in the world, um, this old paradigm that doesn't really work anymore, but it's also within us, and it can feel super rocky and challenging when we have these identity shifts going on. Mm, so I just want to normalize that, but I also want to really underline that we are so supported. If we could see the massive support each and every one of us have in the unseen realms, like in the higher realms, and also in the physical, in our world, uh, we would just be so amazed. We would not doubt or be afraid. But it's difficult to remember that at all times. Um, what was the question? How it has been for me? Mm, yeah, it's that really that the remembrance that we are light. That is our essence, our birthright to come back, to remember, activate that light. And we also are strong enough to hold whatever shadow within us that we need to heal, to love and accept, um, and and we need each other in this time. We need to be mirrored by others. So what has been a big help for me ever since we met, it is to be in these different sacred containers with other women. Mainly I've chosen to journey with other women, and to understand that I'm not alone with what I struggle with. Understand this humanness, that it's okay, um, and and on that journey also understand, like when we are maybe in a big coaching program where there are um, teachings, to understand and know and honor that we all have our divine design. We aren't wired the same way, um, and that can also take some time to step out of both the conditioning of your family and the culture where you're in, and also in groups where you have been active from school, and to really find your innate way. um, so for me, that has been really helpful, to learn more about my divine design. And when I say that, I speak about both human design and the gene keys. Has And both of those wisdom traditions have been really important for me to actually understand that no, I'm not wired to be the sidekick who stands behind someone and, in the shadows. I'm actually wired to take the step out and be seen. And that has also in itself been a challenge, because my cultural conditioning from Scandinavia we have this law that is called the law of Jante, which basically means it's like, I think, 10 different points. And it's really debilitating. Like, you shouldn't believe that you amount of anything. You shouldn't believe that you are anything special. Um, just blend in. That's basically the message of that cultural conditioning. So I think I truly needed to connect with people internationally to dare to step into more of my own light and pure power, because that cultural conditioning here where I live in Sweden is still so very strong. So it has not been super easy um, to embody that here first.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I'm like, there's so much good stuff in there. I really love the part about how nothing is a one size fits all.
Mm.
That's what I heard. You didn't say that, but that's what I heard. And that's what I
Mhm.
feel and believe in too. And in the network, like, that's what I'm always telling people. I'm like, look, just because I do this and it works for me doesn't mean it's the best thing for you. And that's what I love about you talking about the divine design and finding out what works for you, because it's going to be different for all of us, because we all are unique and we all, no two people are alike. There is absolutely no way, shape, or form that there are two humans that are exactly alike. Now, we might have a lot of similarities, but then there's just so many factors with that. And I'm like, that's a whole nother conversation for
Yeah,
but I want to talk about more. So, like, this didn't happen overnight. And here's the thing, I'm going to be real and honest with people. Like, I always had this dream, and probably, probably from my ego, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be just like, I'm going to show up, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be like this overnight sensation. And, I'm like a millionaire just from like 0 to a million, blah, blah, blah. Sure, it can happen. And what I've been experiencing is that is not the case. Like, because it's a journey about, first you have to say yes to your biggest dream. You have to be your authentic self. So, like, are you even tapped into that? You have to learn what your gifts are and share them. And I'm going off of these are Maria's bullet point notes, by the way. I can't. I'm like, they're the same for me, and I'm like looking at. I'm like, oh, this is all about what's in my book that I'm.
We are aligned,
Oh, we're
Jennifer.
so aligned. And shining your light. And it's like, it sounds so simple, and yes, it could happen overnight, but like you said, that sometimes specifically it takes time for us to find, because it is a journey. And I just really, really, really want to emphasize that, because what I thought it was going to happen, how I thought it was going to look, and what's actually happening are 100 times different. But it's important, because we have to grow and evolve. Our bodies have to grow and evolve with us, like the safety of like the somatics of being able to step into that. So that's kind of why I was asking you earlier, like, what was your full body yes? Because that is going to be different for everyone. And
Yeah,
even the skills and the tools,
yeah, and you talk about what I hear you say now, Jennifer, is also that we have to be acquainted to hold more energy as we expand. And that is also a journey in itself, to be able to like receive more. Last year, when I launched my first international group coaching program, I couldn't have enrollment over a short period of time as I was taught. I had to stretch it out because my nervous system needed time to adjust. Okay, 2 more women said yes. Wow. And then, like, so there's so many aspects. There's the emotional part, it's the physical part, and the embodiment, and the mental part, and also spiritual, of course. So yeah, um, sustainably growing and expanding. That's the thing, I think.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. And I just, why I share that is because I think it is so important for people to know, because I think a lot of people experience the same thing I did. I don't know if you did, where it's like, oh, I'm just going to start this business and then I'm going to have this sustainable business. And there's just so much that has been on my journey that comes with it. And so it takes time. And I think that was like my biggest takeaway from what we've been talking about, and what maybe people need to hear in watching this, is that sometimes activating your light takes time, and it's a step-by-step process. And what I also heard you say is that it's the fear and the scared afraidness does not go away. It's
Mm,
being able to hold it, see it, recognize it, and move forward anyways.
yes.
So yes. So tell me, what is the song that you are going to be launching to help people activate their light along with this event that you have coming up?
Mm. So the song is called Lighthouse, and it came late 2020. And it came as energetic support, first for me, because I was really deep in self doubt. We were in this coaching program together back then, and I had thought that, well, after this year, I will be good to go and I will have my, sustainable business. And of course, it takes longer time. And this song came uh, to to remind me of who I am and why I'm here. And it has sure been an activation for me. Each time I sing it or listen to it, I can feel the truth of it, and I step into more of my light. And so it's very uh, I'm very joyful that this is the song that will be the first that I released together with my epic producer and Theo Grace, that has created um a magnificent arrangement to this song. And so you will get to hear it first on that event. And the event is called Activate Your Light, and it's a special solstice event for you to remember who you really are. And I believe that if you're watching this, you are here to be a lighthouse, just as the song talks about. And I would love to for you to be there so I can show you how you can be the light for yourself and dare to shine your light for others to see. Um, so during the event, you're going to experience a light activation that connects you to your higher self and your sacred purpose. And then you're going to hopefully gain confidence to come out of hiding so that you can share your gifts with the world. Of course, that might not happen overnight, but my intention is to really um, give you some tools and some insights that will support you with your confidence. And then you will get to discover how to align with your higher self for a quicker manifestation of all that you truly desire. And this could be abundance, it could be true love, living on purpose, sharing your gifts, and more things. The beauty when we start to align with our higher self, and I believe that when I said that full body yes, that was actually what I was surrendering to, that bigger part of me. And when we do, we receive so much support, um, because we start to listen and pay attention. And in my case, what opened up for me just a few days after that full body yes was a connection to my guides that I felt that they were there, but I didn't really know how to speak with them. But after that, yes, they started to speak with me very like uh, eagerly, and giving me downloads, so many words of wisdom that I could directly use in my life, and that I also started to share publicly. And that was something that I would never ever have thought about doing just like a month before it happened. But when we connect to that higher part of ourselves, it's like, um, yeah, a lot of the fears and doubts just disappear.
I love that. Yes. So
Yes.
Activate Your Light. It's a special solstice event that anyone can attend. It's not for women only. We talked about that.
Yes.
On December 22nd. And it's,
Mhm.
look at those numbers, December 2/2 at 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you are not in Pacific Standard Time, go to Google and check the calendar, or you can just Google like what the time zone difference is for whatever time zone you are in. And then you can check wherever you are watching this video, you can check the caption and there will be the link to sign up. Now, like, we have an event in the network at the same time. I'm so sad about, I didn't realize that. Otherwise,
There will be a replay.
okay, that's what I was just gonna say. So if I can't attend live, I would still like to get this activation, hear your song, support you, get all of these fabulous things that you said are going to be happening, which is the light activation. I definitely can always use more confidence to come out of hiding and share my gifts with the world. And then always more alignment with myself. Look, I do this work all the time and I have grown tremendously, and there's still always a little bit more that I can push myself to do, right? While honoring myself, but also honoring that fear and moving forward anyways. And I am like, this whole interview was just for me. I feel like I am so in this like funky space right now. And I know I'm not the only one. So anyone that's watching this is probably experiencing the same. Maybe they don't even know it yet. So they should just attend this event and check it out, or sign up and get the replay and be able to experience it as well. And after this, is your song going to be like available? Because you're like, this is a launch for one of your songs that is an actual activation.
It's a solstice event where we happen also to release the song the same day, and we'll celebrate that also.
Got it. Okay.
And it will be available on all streaming platforms December 22nd.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That is so huge. Hold on. That is a pom-pom worthy moment. I should have had these ready. Yes. Yes. That is amazing. Congratulations. And
thank you.
It's so cool to just watch you and see the evolution of the Maria Hart song I met back in March of 2020 to the Maria Hart song that I know now. And where are we? December of 2023. So,
there's an upgrade.
Oh yes, many upgrades. And you know, I've seen it. I've seen the upgrade, or up level, whatever people resonate more with, like the same with myself. And so I'm just so honored to be on the journey and for you to come and share your time and energy and space with me on Jennifer Hart Connected.
Likewise, Jennifer, I'm so grateful for you. And you were an activator for me. That first interview we did. We need to circle back to that, because then Jen asked me, could we do one of these activations live? And I had never done that. And I said, yeah, you can ask your people for words, like keywords. And then I co-created that song that is called All About Us, and that was very on point that year 2020. And it was amazing to realize that was it was possible to co-create that like that in the moment.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna bring it up earlier and then I was like, I'll wait till the end and we can talk about it. And so this is so perfect. But yeah, because so me stepping into this is the perfect like roundabout, because I stepped into my gift of doing interviews, and then you and I decided to do an interview, and then I didn't realize it. I know it now, but I am a business activator for people who are wanting to find their soul gifts and share their soul gifts with the world. And it's like, if you tell me yes to something, I will expand your limits with my ideas that come through and my support. Like, okay,
Yes.
well, it's not so scary if you have me sitting right next to you and we do it together. So, like, if people tell me yes, an expansion is going to happen. And so I
Yes.
love that you said that. Yeah, because I'm actually launching business activation sessions with my vision
Wow.
mapping. And
Grab them. Grab those sessions.
yes, I'm all, maybe they'll be up on my website by the time this airs. It's a good goal to
Yes, let's hope it.
have, and good accountability to have for myself. So,
Bef-
stay
Before
tuned.
we end, Jennifer,
Yes.
I wonder, would it be appropriate to share a snippet of the Lighthouse song?
Yes, I was thinking that, and I was like, well, I don't want to put her on the spot if she doesn't want to share it. So it's like you
So,
totally read my
yeah,
mind. Please,
so
please,
you
please.
will receive a snippet a cappella, but just wait for the arranged version. So, so here's for you. You are here to be a lighthouse, shining bright and clear. You are here to anchor in love that melts the fear. I think that is enough.
Oh, I was like, no, keep going. But that's
No,
what it's all about,
you
right?
gotta come to the event to
It's
hear
just
the
a
rest.
teaser. It's a
Yeah,
teaser.
come to activate your light, and you'll receive the whole full song. And I'll
Yay.
even invite you to sing along with me.
I can't wait. And you know, it's so funny. Okay, so two things I want to say. One is I have some songs from you that you gave me the lyrics to, and I put them in my playlist, and now I play them on my Bluetooth speaker in here, and I sing along with them. And I remember you telling me how powerful it is not only to hear these songs, which have frequencies and activations within them when they're created through you. However, then you told me also go re-record them in your own
Yeah,
voice and also sing along, because that's where like this extra power comes up, and that's
yeah,
just one of many ways that people can tap into their own gifts and their own
absolutely.
activations and stuff. So I wanted to mention that. And the second piece is my biggest takeaway from today's event that like really hit you in the soul and the heart, but also me, and it's the reminder I think that I probably needed for today, is that you thought to yourself, like, if I were to die, I have all of these gifts in my phone that like would never have reached anybody. And it's like doing such a disservice to the world because people are waiting to receive these and the impact that they could have on someone, you know? And it's like that just for me, because I think about that often. I was like, sometimes I have these crazy thoughts in my head that come up and I'm like, oh my God, if I like got in a car accident and I died, like I'd be so sad because I didn't do my work. My work is not finished here. And I feel
Mhm,
that, but yet we never know what life is going to bring us. And so
mhm.
it's a great piece of motivation to almost like review daily, like in a healthy way. And I say that because I'm like, don't make it so that you're like killing yourself because you have to get all this stuff done. Cause I've been that person too. But yeah, it's just like, that was so powerful for me. So thank you for sharing that. And everything that you shared today is everything I needed to hear. I'm the only one who needs to hear this interview. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank
There's more
you.
of us.
Thank you, Jennifer, for having me. And I think also that it's both the perspective that the world would miss out on your gift if you didn't bring it, but equally important, you would miss out. And that's the pressure cooker that I've been in. I have known that I need to share this for me also, not just for the listeners, but to feel alive, to be all of who I am. And it's the same for all of you listening. There's there's more life for you to enjoy and embody. And even if you haven't tapped into a special gift, you might not even be aware of something that is supernatural for you is a true gift to others. But when we say yes to ourselves, to be ourselves fully and to be fully alive, um, those gifts open up and they become really evident to us. And it's the things that we love.
Yes, it is. Like, I love doing interviews. They're so easy for me. They're so fun.
Yeah.
And
You're great at them.
thank you. And people say that all the time. And it's so funny because I'm like, well, it's just so easy and it's so fun. And that's what the gifts are, is so often, and I want to say this because you brought it up, and then we'll wrap up, is that people don't realize what their gifts are because they come so easy to them that and then you don't realize it's so easy. I mean, like the business activation sessions, expanding people, like I didn't realize that until I like started just stepping into my own yes of things and testing them out. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I would have never have called myself, like, I don't call myself a business coach, but I'm a business activator for sure. If you say yes to me, you are going to expand in some way, shape, or form. And it's so easy and fun for me. And I just have all these ideas and I'm like, let me tell you this, this, and this. And they're like, it's that one. And then it just goes from there. It's crazy. So if you haven't found your gifts yet, they're there. And you just need to start kind of looking at what brings me joy, what do I have fun, what's easy, and ask other people because they're the ones that will tell you. Like someone told me, Jen, you're a connector. And I was like, oh shit, I am. Like, and it was them that pointed it out because it's just so easy for me to be like, you need to meet this person, read this book, do this, and, you know, change lives while doing it. And it's just something I enjoy doing. I love it. So thank you, Maria Hartsong, and everybody one more time. Live event, Activate Your Light. And that is a winter solstice event with a launch of Maria's upcoming first song that is officially going to be out on streaming platforms, which is so exciting. And you will receive an activation of light, gaining your confidence, and also aligning with your higher self, amongst many other things, community and support. You can register and sign up, whether you can attend live or you just need to catch the replay. Check the captions and you can sign up there. And thank you, Maria, for your time and energy today. I'm always so appreciative of that because time is the one resource here on the 3D Earth that we have a limited amount of, although they say it's not true, but that's what it would be. So
all time is happening now.
All time is happening now. However, what we know to be true is that right now you are only here with me, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate it.
I've loved it, Jennifer. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thanks everyone for joining us. And yeah, leave us your biggest takeaways. What was your aha moment, or how are you impacted? And will we see you at the Activate Your Light event? Let us know.